The Lin family matriarch enters, her expression a mask of grim determination. The room falls silent, all eyes fixed on her. The matriarch's voice cuts through the silence like a knife. Yanzhi is in a coma. A collective gasp echoes as the family absorbs the shock, despair settling over them like a shroud. Shuwan's voice rises, laced with panic. Coma? Does this mean the wedding is off? Her question hangs heavy in the air, unspoken fears surfacing. What about the money? Tension spikes as the family faces an uncertain future, the matriarch's face unreadable. The Lin family home buzzes with desperate whispers, anxiety etched on every face. Shuwan is pressured by her family. Their fervent pleas hang heavy in the tense air. The family emphasizes the importance of maintaining their family's reputation. Shuwan absorbs their pleas, her expression a mask, unreadable, and still. Fine, I'll do it, Shuwan declares, her tone laced with a hint of cynical calculation. She continues, easy money, a big house, and then I'm a wealthy widow. Perfect. Shuwan arrives at the opulent Qi mansion, a symbol of wealth and history, greeted by bowing staff. Sunlight streams through ornate windows, illuminating dust motes and the mansion's silent grandeur. The Qi family staff's polite bows mask wariness as they observe Shuwan's arrival. Shuwan's voice echoes in the grand hall. Thank you for welcoming me. I'll do my best to care for Yanzhi. Shuwan marvels at the mansion's size, a silent thought escaping her lips. Wow, this place is huge. Shuwan cautiously enters the sterile hospital room, the scent of antiseptic heavy in the air. Yanzhi lies still, pale against the white sheets, a symphony of beeping machines his only company. Shuwan approaches, her steps measured, as Yanzhi's fingers twitch almost imperceptibly. Wow, he's even more handsome up close, Shuwan thinks, a calculating gleam in her eyes. In Yanzhi's hospital room, Shuwan sits, a picture of wifely devotion. Her adoring smile seems genuine. You're so handsome, Yanzhi. I love you so much, Shuwan coos, her eyes gleaming with affection. Shuwan continues her performance, hoping the Qi family is watching her Oscar-worthy act. Get the money, Shuwan, a voice whispers, revealing the true motive behind the loving facade. In the quiet hospital room, Shuwan sits by Yanzhi's bedside, a book open, her gentle voice filling the space. And they lived happily ever after, Shuwan reads, but her eyes reveal a world of distant thoughts. A flicker of calculation crosses Shuwan's face, a stark contrast to the fairy tale she narrates. In Shuwan's mind, a silent debate begins. I wonder if I should invest in real estate or stocks with the inheritance. Decisions. Shuwan muses internally, the weight of her thoughts heavy in the stillness of the night. Inside the Qi mansion, Lin Shuwan smiles thinly, a viper in silk, as the greedy-eyed Lin matriarch nods regally. They subtly undermine Shuwan, their calculating eyes scanning the room for weakness and opportunity. Shuwan, seemingly oblivious, is close enough to overhear their whispered, poisonous plans. Their words hang in the air, a venomous cloud threatening to engulf Shuwan's future. Shuwan's thoughts betray a calm resolve. They're so obvious. Do they really think they can get away with this? Shuwan walks into the sterile hospital room. Yanzhi lies motionless in the hospital bed, his body still as stone. A desperate flicker of movement, a twitch, betrays his locked-in frustration. Yanzhi, inner monologue, tell them no. His loyal assistant stands nearby, unaware of Yanzhi's silent struggle. Yanzhi strains, unseen, unheard, trapped within his own body. Sunlight casts weak shadows as QI Corporation executives gather, circling like vultures around the mahogany table. Shuwan enters, a mask of concern on her face, but her eyes gleam with sharp intelligence. These guys are so transparent. Their plots are ridiculous, Shuwan thinks, her words echoing in Yanzhi's mind. Though comatose, Yanzhi hears Shuwan's assessment and directs his assistant to begin countermeasures. In the sterile hospital room, Shuwan watches over Yanzhi with a furrowed brow, the air thick with unspoken worries. The scent of antiseptic hangs heavy as Shuwan sits beside Yanzhi's bed, her expression thoughtful. I hope you get better soon, Yanzhi, Shuwan says, her voice soft in the quiet room. A flicker of unexpected sincerity crosses Shuwan's face as she watches Yanzhi sleep. Inner turmoil surfaces as Shuwan questions her own feelings. I actually mean that. Wait, what am I thinking? Sunlight filters through leaves, casting shadows on Shuwan as she wanders the garden, her face troubled. Her fingers trace the petals of a vibrant flower, yet her gaze drifts, lost in the maze of her thoughts. A conflicted expression darkens her features, a storm brewing beneath the surface of her composure. This is getting complicated, she whispers, her voice barely audible. I came here for money, not feelings. Sunlight floods the sterile hospital room, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air, a silent ballet of light and shadow. Shuwan sits beside Yanzhi's bed, her gaze tender as she watches him, a story etched in the lines of her face. Yanzhi lies motionless, his eyes closed, his face pale against the crisp white sheets. I never had an easy life, Yanzhi, Shuwan says softly, her voice barely a whisper in the quiet room. I always had to fend for myself. Shuwan's face flickers with uncertainty. Why am I telling him this? She thinks, her words hanging in the air. He can't even respond. In the quiet of night, Shuwan sleeps peacefully, her face bathed in soft moonlight, unaware of the dreams that await. Her dream unfolds, revealing Yanzhi, awake and watching over her with a tender, loving smile. A warm, comforting light fills the room, enveloping them in a serene and idyllic embrace. The dream Yanzhi's presence is a beacon of hope and affection in Shuwan's subconscious. I wish this were real, Shuwan, VO, whispers, her voice tinged with longing and a hint of sorrow. The line between dream and reality blurs as Shuwan yearns for the impossible reunion with Yanzhi. Shuwan sits vigil by Yanzhi's bedside, a silent sentinel in the sterile hospital room. A sudden flutter of eyelids, Yanzhi awakens, his eyes blinking in the stark light. Shuwan's breath hitches, a wave of terror washing over her features as he stirs. Her eyes widen, reflecting a whirlwind of fear and guilt. "Oh my God, he's awake!" she exclaims, her voice barely a whisper in the tense air. Panic floods her thoughts. Does he know what I've been thinking? In the sterile confines of a hospital room, Yanzhi's gaze is intense. Yanzhi stares at Shuwan, a facade of ignorance masking his true thoughts. His eyes search Shuwan's face, feigning a lack of recognition. "Who are you? Where am I?" Yanzhi asks, his voice a carefully crafted echo of confusion. The question hangs in the air, thick with unspoken tension. Inside the Qi mansion, Yanzhi and Shuwan are seated, Yanzhi orchestrating the dinner with a subtle smirk. Shuwan gestures, her radiant smile captivating the Qi family. "This jewelry is so sensible and elegant," Shuwan says, her words hanging in the air. "It truly reflects the wearer's refined taste," she says as her eyes sparkle. Inside the Qi mansion dining room, Yanzhi swiftly retrieves the diamond necklace. The facets catch the light, scattering tiny rainbows across the polished table. Yanzhi's eyes gleam with triumph as she presents the dazzling prize. "I just had a feeling you'd prefer this one." Shuwan's eyes widen, a mix of shock and fluster washing over her face. The air thickens with unspoken tension, a silent battle waged over the shimmering diamonds. In the darkness of her room, Shuwan lies awake, her eyes wide as she battles her racing thoughts. Her fists clench, a silent struggle against the turmoil within. Silently mouthing, she whispers to herself, "Be nice, be nice, be nice. Think of puppies and rainbows," Shuwan repeats in her mind, a desperate attempt at serenity. "Do not think about how attractive he is," she thinks, aware of Yanzhi feigning sleep beside her. Inside the Qi mansion, Yanzhi's eyes sparkle with affection as he playfully teases Shuwan. Yanzhi presents Shuwan with exquisite gifts, each tailored to her hidden desires. Shuwan is caught between delight and exasperation, her cheeks blushing faintly. A delicate blush rises on Shuwan's face as she gazes upon the gifts. Shuwan's inner conflict intensifies as she whispers, "He knows me too well." "This is dangerous," Shuwan admits, her voice barely audible amidst the finery. In the Qi mansion library, Shuwan and Yanzhi are bathed in the lamplight, a cozy silence weaving between them. Engrossed in their books, they share a quiet moment of companionship, the scent of old paper filling the air. A rare, genuine smile graces Shuwan's lips as she looks at Yanzhi, a subtle shift in her demeanor. "I'm actually enjoying this. I never thought I'd say that," Shuwan reflects, her voice echoing softly. Inside the Qi mansion office, tension fills the air as enemies close in, their malice directed at Yanzhi. A palpable threat hangs over Yanzhi, his vulnerability exposed in the face of approaching danger. Shuwan steps forward, her expression hardening with fierce determination. Her eyes blaze with a protective fire, ready to shield Yanzhi from the encroaching harm. "I won't let them hurt him," Shuwan declares, her voice ringing with unwavering resolve. Her stance solidifies, a defiant barrier against those who seek to inflict pain upon Yanzhi. Rain-slicked streets mirror the neon glow, casting the city in a vibrant, uneasy light. Shuwan sprints through the urban labyrinth, her ragged breaths echoing in the night. Fear contorts her features as she glances back, the city's shadows playing tricks. Silhouettes of pursuers grow larger, their menace amplified by the darkness. At the street corner, Yanzhi appears, his gaze sharp as he scans the surrounding area. Yanzhi searches for Shuwan, his silhouette a stark contrast against the neon. Moonlight paints the warehouse floor as Yanzhi shields Shuwan, his narrowed eyes fixed on approaching figures. Tension thickens, a fight explodes, fists connect, glass shatters, and grunts echo in the cavernous space. Yanzhi dances, protecting Shuwan. His movements are swift, deflecting blows with surprising agility. Precise strikes land, each movement calculated, as Yanzhi holds the line against the encroaching threat. Inside the dim, echoing warehouse, Yanzhi faces Shuwan, a storm of unspoken tension hanging heavy in the air. A beat of silence stretches, thick with apprehension, as Yanzhi prepares to reveal a hidden truth. His gaze intensifies, a silent confession of the power he wields, the secret he can no longer conceal. "I heard everything, Shuwan. From the beginning," Yanzhi declares, his words echoing in the vast emptiness. In the heart of the abandoned warehouse, dust motes dance in the faint light, illuminating Shuwan's figure. Shadows stretch and twist around her, mirroring the turmoil brewing within. Her face is a canvas of shock, a silent scream etched in her features. A whirlwind of emotions rages within her, threatening to consume her. She struggles to find the words, each one lost in the immensity of her feelings. The silence of the warehouse amplifies her inner chaos, a stark contrast to the storm within. Sunlight floods the sterile hospital room, motes of dust swirling in the bright beams. Yanzhi lies pale against the crisp white sheets, his eyes fixed on something beyond the room. A fragile stillness hangs in the air as he gathers his thoughts. His voice, soft yet laced with a raw honesty, cuts through the quiet. "I know you came here for the money," he admits, vulnerability etched on his face. "But I also know you care about me now," he continues, a flicker of hope in his eyes. In the quiet hospital room, Shuwan sits vigil by Yanzhi's bedside, her face etched with a tender vulnerability. Her eyes, filled with unspoken emotion, fixate on Yanzhi's still form, a silent promise hanging in the air. She leans closer, her voice softening, as if afraid to break the fragile peace of the room. A confession trembling on her lips, she fights back tears, her heart laid bare. "I do care about you, Yanzhi," Shuwan whispers, her voice barely audible above the hum of the machines. "More than I ever thought possible," she admits, the weight of her words settling heavily in the silent room. In Qi Mansion's garden, Shuwan and Yanzhi stroll, hand in hand, sunlight dappling through the leaves. Their fingers intertwine, a silent promise in the gentle touch. Amidst blooming flowers, their eyes meet, a spark of deep affection igniting between them. Lost in each other's gaze, the world around them fades into a soft, romantic blur. A shared smile blossoms, reflecting the genuine bond deepening with every step. Moonlight bathes Shuwan's room, silk curtains swaying in the gentle breeze, shadows dancing on the walls. Shuwan's eyes widen, realization dawning as she understands Yanzhi's acceptance. A soft gasp escapes her lips, the weight of her secret lifting in the quiet room. Tears well up as she whispers, "He knows I'm a mess and he still loves me." Her voice trembles with emotion. "That's amazing," she finishes, hope flickering in her gaze. Unlit incense lingers as sunlight paints dust motes in the air of the Qi Mansion dining room. The Lin family stands near the entrance, smiles strained, a stark contrast to the silent tension. At the table, Yanzhi sits, his expression a mask, unreadable in the bright daylight. Shuwan stands tall, a bamboo stalk of defiance, facing the Lins with unwavering resolve. Her voice cuts through the heavy silence. "I will not allow you to demean my husband in my home." The forced smiles of the Lin family falter, their unease growing under Shuwan's glare. Sunlight floods the Qi Mansion office, motes of dust swirling in the golden light. Yanzhi and Shuwan sit at a massive mahogany desk buried in documents. Their eyes meet, a silent understanding passing between them. Strategic plans cover a whiteboard, a testament to their sharp intellect. The weight of the Qi company rests on their shoulders, visible in their focused expressions. Under the sun, Shuwan and Yanzhi stroll along the beach, hand in hand, enjoying their vacation. Laughter echoes as Shuwan playfully splashes water at Yanzhi, their joy radiating across the sunny beach. Yanzhi chases Shuwan along the shoreline, their footprints disappearing with the tide. They collapse in the sand, breathless with laughter, sharing a tender glance. Shuwan builds a sandcastle, her brow furrowed in concentration, while Yanzhi watches with amusement. As the waves crash gently, they sit in comfortable silence, enjoying each other's presence. The bedroom is a haven of soft light, the bedside lamp casting a warm glow. Shuwan reclines in bed, a serene smile gracing her lips as she gazes at the ceiling. Lost in her thoughts, her expression is one of quiet contentment. A tender, amused affection colors her features as she reminisces. "He's such a dork," Shuwan murmurs softly, a hint of laughter in her voice. "But he's my dork," she concludes, her smile deepening with genuine warmth. In the serene bedroom of the Qi Mansion, Yanzhi's gentle smile begins to form, a silent understanding shared between souls. His eyes, reflecting a deep connection, meet Shuwan's, acknowledging the unspoken thoughts. A shared glance solidifies their bond, a moment of profound intimacy passing between them. The air is filled with unspoken words as their eyes lock, a silent conversation unfolding. A knowing look is exchanged, a testament to their deep and understanding relationship. In the stillness of the room, their connection deepens, a silent promise of unwavering support. Sunlight bathes the bustling coffee shop as Shuwan gestures, her face a mix of playful exasperation and fondness. Across from her, a half-empty latte sits, a silent witness to her endearing rant about her partner. "He leaves his socks everywhere," Shuwan exclaims, her eyes twinkling with affection despite her mock annoyance. A beat, and the playful exasperation melts into a soft, loving smile, a silent admission of unwavering affection. But I wouldn't trade him for the world, Shuwan confesses, her voice filled with genuine warmth and contentment. In his mahogany-lined office, Yanzhi pores over documents, unaware of the betrayal brewing just beyond his door. Hushed, conspiratorial voices reach Yanzhi, his assistant's tone laced with secrets, revealing a rival's plot. A flicker of anger hardens into resolve as Yanzhi gazes out over the city, a counter-strategy forming. Yanzhi shares the truth with Shuwan, their silent understanding solidifying as they plot their next move. Yanzhi and Shuwan unveil their plan, exposing the rival's deceptive scheme with meticulous precision. Their presentation unfolds seamlessly, the evidence mounting, leaving no room for doubt. The board members watch intently, a wave of astonishment rippling through the silent boardroom. Shuwan's sharp intellect shines as she navigates complex data, countering every argument. Confidence radiates as Yanzhi and Shuwan solidify their position, shifting the atmosphere. Chandeliers blaze above the charity gala, illuminating elegantly dressed guests. The ballroom buzzes with anticipation. Shuwan and Yanzhi enter, radiating poise amidst the throng. All eyes turn toward them. Flashbulbs erupt, capturing Shuwan and Yanzhi in a flurry of light. They are the center of attention. I can't believe this is my life now. I used to dream about this, Shuwan reflects, a hint of wonder in her eyes. In the kitchen, Shuwan fights a smoking pan, flour dusting her face. A romantic dinner descends into chaos. She glances nervously, burnt smells filling the air. A sigh of defeat escapes her lips as she gives up. Yanzhi enters to find the chaotic scene, her laughter ringing through the kitchen. Shuwan joins in, relieved. Well, that didn't go as planned. Yanzhi grins. Looks like we're ordering takeout then. Definitely takeout. The movie screen bathes Shuwan and Yanzhi in its glow, but Shuwan's attention is captured by a mountain of popcorn. Ignoring the couple embracing on screen, Shuwan dives into the popcorn, lost in its buttery aroma. Yanzhi watches, amused. Are you even watching the movie, or are you just here for the popcorn? Shuwan, startled, defends her cinematic snacking. What? I can't enjoy a good movie and some delicious popcorn at the same time? Shuwan and Yanzhi wander through the bright white gallery, the silence amplifying the colors of the artwork. Shuwan, standing before a chaotic canvas, nods profoundly. Ah, yes, the artist's profound commentary. Striking. Yanzhi watches with a knowing smile, softly amused. Is that so? You're making that up, aren't you? Yanzhi asks, grinning. It's endearing, you know, your little act. In the soft glow of the bedside lamp, Shuwan and Yanzhi prepare for bed in their serene bedroom. The room is quiet, filled with the unspoken intimacy of a shared space and the promise of the night ahead. Shuwan looks at Yanzhi, her eyes reflecting a deep affection mixed with playful amusement. I can't wait to spend the rest of my life with this man, Shuwan thinks, a silent vow of love. Her thoughts dance with affection, even if he does know all my embarrassing thoughts. In the soft glow of the bedside lamp, Yanji's tender smile illuminates the room. With a gentle touch, she extinguishes the light, enveloping the bedroom in a peaceful darkness. Yanzhi turns, her silhouette soft against the dim light. She reaches for Shuwan, her eyes filled with affection. In the quiet intimacy of the night, they embrace. A loving kiss seals their bond, a silent promise in the dark.